Hey guys, how's it going? It's Steph with flipthiswholesaler.net, and I am back with another installment of Reader Mail. Tonight's question is from Cindy in Madison, Wisconsin, and Cindy's email reads, "Hi Steph, I read an article you wrote on Bigger Pockets about finding buyers, and you said you searched the MLS for cash sales to find them. I have access to the MLS, but was wondering how I go about searching for cash sales specifically. Also, once you get a list of cash sales, what do you do with the information? I'm ready to start building my buyers list ASAP and would appreciate any input you can give. Thank you, Cindy in Madison, Wisconsin." I'll start with her first question. Her first question is, she's saying she has MLS access and she wants to know how she searches specifically for cash sales. Now, everyone's MLS is set up differently. The one that I use, there's a specific field that you can add to your search, and it's called, in my MLS, it's called sold terms. So I add that to my search, and then you can search for cash sales, conventional, private lender, I think is one of them. But I just search specifically for cash. I just sell to cash buyers, so I just want to see the cash sales. So I do the search. I'll pick the neighborhoods. I'll do a search in the neighborhoods that I work in. I have 3 or 4 neighborhoods where I have buyers that are looking for properties in those areas. So I'll search in those neighborhoods, and I'll search for the cheapest cash sales. And then once I get a list of the properties, I usually do a search either twice a month or once a month. It just depends on how busy I am. But I will do a search for all the properties that have sold in the neighborhoods that I work in for cash, cheap, the lowest sales, because those are going to be the investor sales. I'll get a list of the properties, and then I go and drive by all of them. I get a list of them, get in my car, and go out and drive by all of them. Usually there's maybe 10, 12, something like that. In a 2-week period, sometimes not even that many. So I go and drive by the properties, and probably maybe 80 to 90% of the time when you go and drive by the house, there's either a rehab crew there working on the house or a for rent or a for sale sign in the front yard. If there's people there working on the house, I bring my business card, take a business card, go knock on the door. If it's a rehab crew, I ask them, "Hey, is the owner here?" If not, I say, I'm an investor, just wanted to give my card. I've been getting some deals in this area, just wanted to see if they'd be interested in buying more deals. And actually, I've had one of the best buyers that I've found that I'm still selling to today. That's how I got in touch with him. Picked my list of properties, drove out by the house. There was a rehab crew there. I didn't want to go in, actually. I'm just as nervous as you guys probably are. I don't really like getting out and walking up, giving my card to a bunch of people that I don't know, and they're all looking at me like, what the heck is this girl doing here? But anyway, I actually, in this particular instance, I drove around the block like 3 times, and I was like, should I stop? I don't want to. There's like 10 guys, hanging out in the garage on their lunch break or whatever. But I made myself go in, gave him my card, and then that night I got a call. They actually gave the card to the owner, and he called me that night, and we had a good half-hour conversation. And I've sold him 3 deals so far, I think, and 3. And he's still looking for more property. So anyway. So if there's a rehab crew there, I'll leave my card. If the actual owner is there, I'll just stop and talk to him. I just tell him, "Hey, I'm a wholesaler. I've been getting some good deals in this neighborhood. Are you interested in buying any more houses in this neighborhood?" And then if they are, I just try and get as clear of an idea as I possibly can about what types of properties they're looking for. What's their price range? What's the maximum they're willing to pay? Is there a specific minimum square footage or minimum, if some people only do 3 bedrooms, some people want to have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And then also I ask them, in Florida this is really big, I don't know if it's like this in other places, but here a lot of investors will not buy wood frame homes. They just want concrete blocks, so that's one of the first questions I ask them is, will you do, you know, wood frame homes or just concrete block? So I get as much information as I can from them. You know, go home, I've got a spreadsheet with all of my buyers in it. I'll put, you know, their name, phone number, and then just a detailed description of what type of properties they're looking for. Same thing if there's a for rent sign in the front yard or a for sale sign, I just call the number up and have the same conversation. You know, hey, I just drove by this property. I do a lot of business in this neighborhood. Just wondering if you're looking for any more deals in this area. Most of the investors, when you call, you know, they're pretty friendly. You're always going to have that, you know, you always get the jerk who just is irritated that you're essentially stalking them, which I can understand. But you know, some people get irritated, but that's just, it's a numbers game. You know, if you make a habit of doing this, I've been doing this for the last year probably. I mean, I don't do it every 2 weeks. At least once a month though, I do a search, go out, make a couple phone calls, and if you make a habit of doing this, there's no better, in my opinion, there's no better way to find out who the active, I mean, these are your active cash buyers. People always say, oh, there's nobody buying, you know, I have such a hard time finding buyers. This is the easiest way to do it. I mean, it's recent sales. You can search, you know, you can search for the properties that sold yesterday if you want to. Drive out to the houses and, you know, see if anybody is there working on the house. I mean, these are recent cash sales. So these are people who are buying right now, not, you know, last year or 2 years ago or whatever. So and if you don't have MLS access, it's very, very easy to have a realtor set you up, you know, set up a search in the MLS so it sends you anytime something sells for cash in the neighborhood that you want or the price range, it just sends you an automatic email. So not having MLS access is not an excuse either. This is something really easy that you can do. Doesn't cost any money. For me, it's one of the ways, one of the biggest ways, best, most effective ways that I find buyers. So anyway, I hope that this helps you out a little bit. I hope that answered your question, Cindy, if you're watching this. If you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the comment section. And I'll be back hopefully in another couple days with another video for you. And I guess that's it for now. I will see you guys on the flip side. Take care. Have a good night. Bye-bye.